So, the off-season of Emerald, the monotype bonus type off-season, this is another duo. You have seen me do 2 duos so far with Kiri both times. This time I am not playing with Kiri, I am playing with Ben. Ben, you can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ben. Better than Kiri.
I hope so. Uh, you guys surely...
I hope so too.
You guys surely know Ben because I have played against Ben multiple times so far in this channel, like at least 3, maybe more. He has been featured a lot as my opponent, this time as my companion. So, before we go into the draft, what is bonus type? In bonus type, every mon gets a third type. For example, here you see mono fighting against mono dark. So, you can draft any mon, like you can draft Golurk, Lycanroc, Dusk, etc. and they get the third type added. All of the mons in the left are fighting types. That hit run is steel, fire and fighting. So what other thing you need to know? There is no Terra. There is no Terra Blast. Like Terra Blast is just a special normal type move. These mons don't get that coverage added. So if you are mono ice and you get a Regieleki, it's still walled by ground types. And is there anything else to add about this format, Ben?
No. Covers. The base.
Oh, right, one thing I forgot to mention. Imagine that I am mono ghost and I draft Gengar. It's remaining a ghost poison. You don't get to choose any type just because. If you draft a Gengar in mono ghost, it's basically it didn't get anything. So drafting mons that are your mono is bad for you. That's why we didn't draft any mons that were psychic, because we got mono psychic, and the first mon that we drafted as mono psychic is Iron Valiant. Iron Valiant gets stab psychic and stab send headbutt in this. So it can still go mixed and it has amazing options on both sides, psychic and send headbutt. This mon is fast, it's super powerful. It does however have a problem that Tapu Koko is banned. We banned Tapu Koko because we thought that Quark Drive teams can be way too powerful in this format with a Tapu Koko and Iron Valiant and Iron Hands and etc. So we just got rid of Tapu Koko and allowed all the Quark Drive mons. Well, we didn't ban any, right? We didn't ban any Quark Drive mon. So
No, we didn't.
Bundle is allowed and all the others are worse than Bundle. So, well, Valiant too. So, that's mainly the reason we got this mon. You have seen me run this mon before. It's so good. It gets speed booster energy. It gets amazing options with Calm Mind, and it gets Encore, and it gets Sword Dance. It now has Vacuum Wave, so it has priority because we are playing this in the DLC, of course. And this mon is just overall amazing to have in a monotype format, especially in a monotype format because of the coverage. This mon has so much coverage. And the next mon also got a lot in the DLC. It's Empoleon. Ben, you can go on.
Yeah, so Empoleon. Empoleon got Roost and that's amazing. It gets recovery now. It also got Flip Turn, so that's like a great defensive mon. Along with, defensive options he already had, like Rocks and Fog. And a Steel type is great in this format because of how good Steel typing is, and Steel type, it pairs really well with Psychic type, and it also pairs really well with Water, and I think like the 3 types together make a really nice pairing.
Something that I forgot to mention in the previous mon and also to mention in this one is that we're mono psychic, right? So what moves are gonna be running to us? Bug type moves, Dark and Ghost. Iron Valiant is a 4x resist to Dark and Bug, so it becomes a 2x. It's amazing for us. And this mon is gonna be a neutral to Bug and, well, just to Bug.
Yeah, just.
But that's good still. And the next mon,
it's still good for.
The next mon has perfect defensive typing. What do I mean by perfect defensive typing? You know that I said Dark, Ghost and Bug. Well, this mon is neutral to dark, neutral to bug, and it's immune to ghost. It has the perfect defensive typing for this format. Like almost every type has a perfect defensive mon. In this case, the ones that we have are fighting normal types or fairy normal types. You are gonna see later that we did get a normal fairy. But for now, the beware. Why so early? Well, it's also a perfect defensive mon for Mono Ghost, which was in the division. So we decided to just get it as soon as possible so that Mono Ghost did not take it away from us. This mon is just overall amazing. Perfect defensive typing and having just so much bulk thanks to Fluffy. This mon is a bulk up sweeper. It can just do stuff like roar out and with hazard so that we get a lot of chip and etc. It's amazing to have this mon and we really thought we needed it in this team. Next up, as you can see so far we have 2 mons with defensive purposes and an Iron Valiant. We want sweepers, like we are gonna be running sweepers, this is monotype, we need sweepers. So, we got a sweeper. Ben, you can go on.
Yeah, so Volcarona does like one thing, it sets up and it sweeps. That's all it does. And with the bonus type, it gets stab on psychic now. It gets psychic, yeah?
Yeah.
That's great for extra coverage, and it also provides us a little bit of defense. I believe it's a bug move, fire type. That can help it probably set up. Sweet. That's what Volcarona does.
And next up we have, actually I don't remember what is it. We have the Drapion. So we are weak to 3 types, right? Ghost, Dark, and Bug. 2 of those are resisted by Dark types, Dark and Ghost. But we can just slap on any Dark type because it's gonna be 4x weak to Bug. So we wanted to only get Dark types that were naturally neutral to Bug, so that here they would only be 2x weak to Bug. In this case, Drapion. Drapion is, well, a dark type, so good defensive type. There were a lot of options for dark type, but we decided on Drapion because it has these spikes, and also it's fast, and it has a lot of options to accomplish with this team. Like it can do, I believe it gets Whirlwind, right, or Roar. I'm pretty sure.
It gets Roar.
It gets Roar. It gets Toxic Spikes, it gets Taunt, it gets Sword Dance. Like, this mon can do a lot of things over a game to get progress. And we just thought between the options were like this, or Hisuian Quillfish, or Skuntank, because we would have taken Overquill, but Overquill got raised a tier, so we had to go for the next best option, which was just the Drapion. Attacking of dark types which are not gonna be 4x with the bug, Bombardier. Ben, you can go on.
We have Bombardier. Bombardier is really interesting on Rocky Payload. That also gets Stealth Rocks, which can help free up a slot on a Polygon if we wanna perhaps like maybe. I think that's a nice option. Bombardier is also a pretty neat attacker. It doesn't get psychic stab, right?
It does not.
Still basically it's 3 steps anyway. Rocky Pit. That's all Bombardier.
Yeah, it doesn't do much. I guess it does beat Dracloak, as you have seen before.
Oh yeah, it does beat Dracloak.
Well, next up, we have the star of the show. I already told you how Beware was one of the 2 options for a perfect defensive mon. The other one is Mega Audino. So, Mega Audino it's here only weak to Steel and Poison. It's not gonna be weak to any of our 3 weaknesses. It's also a Wish Passer, because one of the problems with Beware as a defensive mon is that you don't have recovery besides Rest and Drain Punch. With this mon you can just Wish Pass to it. This mon gets so many options. It gets Heal Bell, it gets Anchor, it gets Calm Mind. It's overall very annoying. What else does it get?
It gets Thunder Wave.
It gets Thunder Wave, like This mon is amazing defensively and it's really good into getting progress. But after taking it, we looked at our team and we said, huh, we really don't have sweepers. We went all in on the defensive options like Drapion, Bombardier, Megaudino, Beware, and Polion, amazing defensively for our team. But what are we winning with? Iron Valiant and Volcarona. That's good, obviously they are amazing, but that might not be enough, and all we had left was a tier 5. So we got Archeops.
Yeah, Archeops, very fast. I believe it's our second fastest one, and you know, I love my speed tiers, so that is. And Archeops gets Stealth Rocks too, in case you don't want to run it on Bombardier and you don't want to run it on Polion, you can run it on Archeops. Archeops has a sad life with this, but that's why he's so cheap. That's why we could afford him.
By the way, it does get Zen
Archeops
Headbutt.
also.
It gets Zen Headbutt.
Oh yeah, he gets Zen Headbutt too, and he has like a, what is it, 140 base attack? That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Or is that? That's right. Yeah. Okay, yeah. He hits very hard when he's above half health. That's pretty cool.
Guys, we didn't have better options in tier 5, okay? We know Archeops is not good, but we wanted a sweeper and that's it. We could have taken, like, I don't know, like a Wigglytuff, which has a perfect defensive type for us, but we don't need it. We have way too many mons that do that already. So
Archeops is gonna sweep like the entire team. Alright, don't you worry.
yeah, we are gonna run a Meteor Beam Archeops. You just watch and see. So that's it for the draft. Like, I'm not sure how this draft is gonna go because of the problems that I already talked about of not having enough sweepers for our usual way of playing, but you know, Empoleon can be a sweeper, Beware can be a sweeper, Drapion can be a sweeper, even Megaudino with Calm Mind. Like, we can just run bulky sweepers and that's it. If we need them, we can always just run Iron Valiant and Volcarona. No one is never gonna say that they are not amazing sweepers. So that's it for the draft. Is there anything else you want to add, Ben?
Not that I can think of. Everything.
In the next days you are gonna see the games. We are gonna get at least 3, and we got Mono Fighting and I believe Mono Poison in our pool, so that's good matchups coming up.
We also got Mono. Right?
Yeah, Mono Flying is the third one. If you guys look at our team, we are kind of weak to flying, you know, with 3 months weak to it. But that's something to worry about later. For now, that's it for the draft breakdown, and I will see you guys in the next time. So, goodbye.